Nicolas, welcome. How are companies evolving in their GenAI maturity?
Hi, George. 2023 was very much the year of experimentation. And we had, I would say, 90% of companies starting pilots, trying out things, leveraging, let's say, generative AI mostly as, we could say, a shiny new tool. Okay, I have this new amazing technology. What can I do with it? Mostly focused on productivity, automating daily tasks. 2024, we're seeing a very significant shift from experimentation to transformation. And 50% or more of clients we work with have moved towards, I'm transforming a function end-to-end, or I'm transforming an enterprise as a whole with very clear targets and outcomes. It's no longer just generative AI. It is all forms of technology, predictive AI, generative AI, data automation, analytics at the service of these outcomes. And it's no longer just productivity. It is also quality, speed, top line. Yes, productivity, but that translates into real savings and P&L impact.
Tell me more, if you would, about how companies are leveraging GenAI specifically right now, and I suppose thinking about it in the sort of near future as well.
So where we are seeing it is generative AI, combined most of the time with predictive AI, is used for leading companies in three ways. One, to lift day-to-day productivity of the broad organization, and you will have generative AI to help you do meeting summary and email writing and reporting and all of that. That gets you, on average, 15-20% increased productivity over time, which is meaningful but not game-changing. The second thing is you're using it to really transform functions and how people operate in some parts of the organization. That gets you not 15%, but more 30% productivity, but also a lift in quality, consistency, and therefore, top line. And the primary functions where people have started are first and foremost marketing. And we are, here in Cannes, and, generative AI is the talk of the town. But also customer service, as I mentioned, the software engineering functions, and increasingly core functions such as innovation, R&D, in places like banking, lending, in places like insurance, underwriting, and claims management, really changing how people work. And the third place where they're leveraging AI is to build new services, new businesses. If you think about what L'Oréal launched very recently with their beauty assistant, the Beauty Genius, to personalize the beauty experience with virtual advisors. If you think about how companies can leverage AI to monetize their data and insights towards the ecosystem, or even to invent radically new services and offers. So these three ways are the three main value creation opportunities that we see.
Can we talk about the workforce? I think it's fair to say that AI will be disruptive to that. How can companies best prepare for that disruption and change?
It's hard, right? Because the technology is moving at exponential speed, much, much faster than we are able to adapt to it. So how can you prepare? There are two things. I think one, there is a short-term continuous effort to upskill teams and to make sure that they learn how to work with AI. AI will grow in capabilities dramatically over the next few years, but you have to learn to work with it. And the second thing is you have to plan. You have to plan the impacts on your workforce, so you anticipate these changes because they will be quite significant. So there is a lot of HR planning that needs to go into that.
What is your advice for CEOs looking to maximize the value potential of AI, GenAI?
So I think the first is focus. Let's say, let all flowers bloom, 200 experiments everywhere route. We know, and we've seen it, before generative AI with digital transformations and, AI transformations, is not leading to great success. So focus. Pick, the three plays that I talked about: deploying, for day-to-day productivity, reshaping functions, inventing new business models. Pick a few things in each of these columns or some of these columns and go at it forcefully with intentionality, resources, and consistency. The second thing is look at AI not as a technological transformation, but as a people transformation. How are you going to change the way the organization works? How do you put the right level of emphasis on process change, operating model change? And the third, I would say, experiment yourself. Too often do I see leadership teams that talk a lot about AI, but that have not really embraced it themselves. It's only through, own experience that you're able to understand how it will impact your daily life. So I really encourage CEOs and their leadership teams to be practitioners themselves.
Nicolas, as always, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jordi.